I guess this is the rubber match. They beat us at their place 2 years ago. We beat them at our place a year ago, and we follow their program. We a lot of respect for their coaching staff. Tim's a good friend of mine, so we were talking about getting on each other's schedule just a few months ago. So I guess the NCAA is taking care of that for us. Oh, we'll have to beat our best for sure. I mean, their record isn't even close to their level. I mean, this is a team that could beat anybody at any given day. They tore through some Pac-12 teams and had a great late season run, as they seemingly always do. So we are super thankful we've got them here. I think at their place, it's a whole different animal. And at our place on the turf in the cold, we hope that we have an edge with our fans and our environment, and then we're going to need every bit of that advantage come game time. It's not nerve-wracking that we were going to get in. The nerve-wracking was, my gosh, there's only really good teams left to play. We kept seeing all these Texas teams jumping on the board that we thought we might play, but I give the NCAA credit. They're looking less and less at geography and more at the right matchups. And I think RPI-wise, Pepperdine made sense. I think this is a pick'em game. We got one of the hardest first-round games in the NCAA tournament. I think Cal and Santa Clara is really hard. I think Oklahoma State got a tough game. Arizona got a tough first-round game with TCU, but this ranks up there as one of the more significant first-round games you'll see all weekend. They're too good to be in this game, Pepperdine, but their RPI says they're not. But we're not falling for that. We know how good they are, and it's going to be a great contest. They've just been up for everything. And, we've been to Tampa and won on the road. We've been to Morgantown and won on the road. We've won a big game at home. We beat the Big 12 champs here at home. So, we've just seen a little bit of everything. And teams have bunkered against us. Teams have pressed us. Teams have kicked us. So what I like is the variety of experience we've had this year has prepared this team for whoever was going to come in. It's just so important here. I mean, it's just we know we have an edge when it comes to environment, and atmosphere here is fantastic. It's electric. Tech fans are a little finicky, but when you're rolling and you have a home game in the NCAA tournament, they're putting their coats on, they're coming out. I mean, that's the way they are, and we love that about our Red Raider fans. And we always say, look, if you want them to come out, you got to win. So we had a great season, and the fans have been super supportive. I don't know if that'll impact them, but just their style is really dangerous to play against. They're great at holding on to the ball. They'll get you moving around, and you've got to be really organized defensively. I would love to say that the weather will bother them, but I really doubt it. I think they'll come in ready to play. I'm just so proud of these young ladies. It was a haul this year to completely rebuild the back line. Gibbs Keaton did a great job. To lose our two leading scorers from the last 2 years and still score more goals than we have in several years. Nick Hallam deserves a lot of credit for a lot of that, our offensive coach. And so just seeing this team come together when there was a lot of reasons they could have said, hey, we'll be ready next year. We'll get everybody back next year. They could have easily said that at any time, but they never acted that way. And the young players on our team don't know any different, right? So the freshmen and sophomores, all they know is making the tournament. So we're excited for them and for our two fifth-year seniors. What a great gift to give them, another home game. So this will be our last game here, and we hope we have more after that, but all we can focus on now is having a great send-off for these seniors. No, I think, only two teams beat us. Unfortunately, one team beat us twice. But the team was bummed because they wanted to win the trophy. They wanted to win the Big 12 championship again, so they were bummed for that. But as we all talked about today, look, the real dance, the real reason we play all these games is to get ready for the postseason. And, you have the 32 champions, and you have the ones that maybe if it was a free-for-all might not make the tournament from some conferences. So there's really not many spots available. There's literally 32 at-large spots. And if you're one of those 32, it's a lot to be proud of. There's 334 Division I women's soccer teams. So to be one of 32 non-champions to be selected and to get it home, and we've been home 6 out of the 7 years, it's a real credit to how hard they played this year. It's tough. I mean, we're going to be playing, if whoever wins, Pepperdine or Texas Tech will have to go to Chapel Hill. And even if you win the winner of the Michigan game, you got the Tar Heels on the other side of that. So anybody who right now is looking past Pepperdine would be making a huge mistake. But, yeah, the bracket we got was not easy. We've had harder brackets. We've had easier brackets. But maybe not a harder one seed waiting for the winner of all this mess. That'll be a tough out for anybody. But, that's part of it. That's part of the excitement, right? Get out there and see what you can do. But you got to get out there first. And right now we're still 90 minutes away from that. It's the best time for the girls. It's the best time to be a college soccer player right now. So many teams are turning their stuff in, and we're getting new sweatshirts that say, NCAA tournament. Yeah, I mean, we'll be interested in the A&M Texas game. I don't think those two teams have played since the conference split up. I think A&M is right now the favorite, but Texas is dangerous. And the thing about Texas is when you get them on the wrong day, you can be in trouble. So that's an interesting one for us to see. I think the Washington State-Memphis game is really interesting, and the winner gets Virginia, who has been the #1 team in the country the entire time. So there's a lot of interesting matchups. It shows to I think the growth of the women's game, like there weren't a lot of games you thought, oh, that's an easy one. I wish we had that game. There's not a lot of those anymore, and there used to be a lot of those. So it's getting harder and harder, and that's a tribute to the women's game in this country.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. These fans are like seriously some of the best in the country, so getting to play in front of them again and getting all of our family to come is just going to be one of the best games. It'll be exciting. They're always such a good game, but we're really excited to play someone that's not in the Big 12 and to show like other teams like what we can do. My heart was pounding. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. But seeing all the other Big 12 teams' names pop up, yeah, that was pretty reassuring for us, so that was good. I know like they're a California school, so they're really good on the ball. They like to pass, but they definitely aren't used to like Big 12 soccer. We're a little more physical down here, so it'll be a great game. I mean, now it's win or go home, so that's pretty much all the motivation that they need, and all of these girls have bought in so much, and we all love each other so much, so they don't want to say goodbye to any of our seniors, so yeah, just win or go home. This is time to get serious and really focus on our goals. Yeah, we are young, but girls are not playing like they're young. And having two of the freshmen come in early and help guide them, like they don't play like they're freshmen. Kirsten has stepped up so much. Like she's a junior now, so she's playing like she's a fifth-year senior. She's playing insane right now. So even though we are young, we do have like really impactful players on the field who are playing really mature. It just really shows like the determination of this team. Being able to like fight through adversities like the injuries we've had, it just shows how much everyone cares and how much no one is afraid of anything that can come our way, and how fearless this program really is. Yeah, that one hurt a lot. Yeah, that one hurt. We really wanted it, and we really felt like we deserved it, and we know we're good enough to play. Unfortunately, a few things don't go your way, but that's soccer. So now we just get our mindset and get focused for the NCAA. For me, it's really easy to stay focused, probably because I am older, so I know like you really have to take it one game at a time, because as soon as you switch your focus, that's when bad things can happen. So we just need to make sure all the younger girls stay focused on this game too.